Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Aygilin Mولاليم, Federal Ethics and Corruption Commissioner of Ethiopia. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, on behalf of the federal government of Ethiopia and myself, I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the government of the Arab Republic of Egypt for organizing and hosting this very important and timely African Anti-Corruption Forum. The annual general meeting of the Association of Anti-Corruption Authorities in Africa, YACA, which is one of our continent's platform in the struggle against corruption. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to be part of this important forum and present a few pointers on the national efforts of my government's multifaceted approach in preventing and combating corruption. It is also an opportunity for me to express the political will and commitment of our government to strengthen and work hand in hand in close collaboration with our African brothers and sisters across the continent. Distinguished guests, as we all know, corruption is one of the main threats of sustainable economic, political, social development, affecting both developed and developing countries alike. Fortunately, there is now a global understanding of the challenges corruption poses and on how to deal with them through building partnership and alliances. The view Ethiopia holds on this critical issue is not different. Ethiopia, being one of the most populous countries in Africa with multinational and diversified culture and languages, has made fighting corruption one of its priority areas to sustain internal peace and security. Because of this, fighting corruption is not a question of choice for Ethiopia. Rather, it is a matter of existence. It is this big background that we have been focusing on building integrity or trust among the diverse sector of community to create common understanding of the dangers of corruption. As of its establishment, the Federal and Regional Ethics Anti-Corruption Commission has been undertaking extensive activities aiming at tackling corruption by employing educative, preventive, curative measures. The preventive measures include expanding ethics and anti-corruption education, reviewing corruption-prone working procedure, registering a set of elected officials, political appointees, some category of civil servants. The law enforcement measures comprise investigation and prosecution of corruption offenses. We have also started implementing an institutional integrated corruption prevention strategy, a strategy that enables each public enterprises and the government office to undertake corruption prevention activities in collaboration with anti-corruption authorities at federal and regional levels, believing that fighting corruption by watchdog institutions like FIAC alone cannot achieve the ultimate goal. We have designed the strategy of engaging civil society organizations, religious institutions, the media, and the general public at large. To this effect, we have established a national and regional anti-corruption coalition to ensure the continuity of public participation. As of recently, nurturing children and youth ethically has become the basic direction to build cultivate citizens with high moral values and capable of fighting corruption and impropriety for the government of Ethiopia. That is why we have been focusing on providing children youth-centered ethics and moral education. That is also why we have developed children and youth strategy for building an ethical generation that does not tolerate corruption and other forms of improprieties. The government of the Federal Republic of Ethiopia has been doing its level best to tackle corruption and improving good governance both in the public and private arenas by enacting relevant anti-corruption laws and regulations. To be more effective In tackling corruption, we have identified through various studies public institutions that are vulnerable to corruption at focus areas. The public institutions under focus include land administration, procurement, revenue collection, public construction, justice center. Although we have started focusing on corruption, education, and prevention due to the social and economic cost of enforcement, we have still continued working on enforcement as well. My country has also showed its commitment to fight this shortage by joining the global anti-corruption struggle through signing and ratifying the United Nations Convention Against Corruption and the African Union Convention on Preventing and Combating Corruption. According to Article 9.4 of the Constitution of Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, all international agreements ratified by Ethiopia are considered as integral part of the Ethiopia laws. It is with its framework that the two conventions acquired the legitimacy as domestic legislation. Ethiopia has always believed in working in partnership with others. As an expression of this, we have joined the East African Association of Anti-Corruption Authority, YACA. Although in partnership at international and regional levels is important, we should not by no means undermine the contribution of sub-regional mechanisms like YACA, as interaction among the neighbor countries is more frequent than neighboring countries. That is why I strongly advise for the strengthening of regional cooperation. Ethiopia is undergoing a process of profound political, economic, and legal reform in which fighting corruption has become one of its priority areas. Ever since the transition of power within Ethiopia's ruling party, EPRDF, and the coming of power to Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, a new era of democracy and hopefulness has emerged in Ethiopia. The incumbent government is keen to combat corruption, which continues to impede the country's efforts to promote good governance, socio-economic transformation, and peace and security. Hence, several grand corruption cases involving some high-level government officials and prominent personalities in the nation are under investigation and prosecution. Accordingly, over 1 billion Ethiopian birr, around 40 million USD, has been restrained in 1 year alone. During the same year, we have high-profile corruption charges pending in court, whose value is estimated to be 2.5 billion Ethiopian birr, around 100 million USD. Furthermore, the coordinator efforts various institutions like Ethics, Anti-Corruption Commission, Attorney General, Federal Police, Financial Intelligence Center. The Auditor General has been instrumental in restoring the stolen assets and sustained damages. Though the government has registered encouraging achievements in coordinating the national-wide fight against corruption over the past years, neither ourselves nor the general public is satisfied with our accomplishment. That is why I have come to believe that the anti-corruption struggle should be continued in a strengthened manner to attain better results. Corruption is a transboundary crime, even harder for countries to successfully fight it single-handedly. I would like to take this opportunity to reaffirm to you that our country fully recognizes the need to promote cooperation at the regional level as well as international forum to effectively trace and recover all ill-gotten assets within and beyond our continent, Africa, in collaboration with relevant partners. To this end, the country has attached special attention to collect information on stolen assets and enhance its collaboration with regional and institutional bodies. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks for the Administrative Control Authority for inviting and hosting us this timely, important forum. Thank you very much.